Hello everyone and welcome into today's video where we are checking Uniswap after quite a large break on this channel, and this for a few reasons which we will check out throughout this video. And we will also check out a couple of news that has been dropped already in 2022 and also the price charts towards the end. So without any further ado, let's get into the video. So first of all, let's cover these news quickly. We have a new feature called Seatbelt, which is a test suite for governance proposals in collaboration with Scopelift. So basically it's an automated checker which will check Ethereum for new proposals every hour, then run a series of checks on all active proposals and publish reports in a GitHub repo for anyone to review. Also later they want to add a couple of more features, so there's gonna be still some development. And in another news we have the Multichain Uniswap, which is pretty much another expansion of Uniswap to other layer 2 solutions. So now they are announcing that the Uniswap community voted to deploy version 3 of Uniswap on Polygon, which is another layer 2 solution, which I believe we've checked out on this channel as well. So if you don't know about Polygon, you can check it in the top right hand corner. But the end goal is very similar to Arbitrum or Optimism, for example, which is basically make it faster and achieve lower gas fees. However, this new deployment can bring up some security issues, so they are advising to the users and to the community to pay closer attention. And that's because Uniswap governance contracts live on layer 1 Ethereum. So when the protocol is deployed to a new network like a layer 2 like Polygon or Arbitrum, Uni holders need a bridge contract to govern the protocol on that particular network. But despite this, they are expecting that cross-chain experiences will play a large part in their growth and user experience improvement this year. So that's some of the plans for 2022. Now with this, I think we can jump into the price charts, where I want to highlight a couple of points here. First of them, the price at the moment is around $11, which is quite a bit lower than in the peak in the May of 2021. It was around $45, so actually quite a lot of drop since, about 75%. And we are pretty much in a downtrend according to this resistance line here. So until we cross this resistance, I don't think that getting into Uniswap is particularly exciting just based on this technical analysis. Also, if we look way back, we can see that we are pretty much at the same levels as in January 2021, so pretty much just before the huge bull runs in the altcoin season last year. However, I think there is a even more potential downside where we can drop even to those levels from the beginning of trading Uniswap in September 2020, which is around $7. Basically, there is just a little bit more support. We have a touch as a resistance over here, and also one touch here as a resistance and another here as a support. So I think dropping to those levels is not entirely out of question. But another important thing I believe is checking the relation to other major crypto like Bitcoin or ETH. And in this case, we are checking Uniswap to Bitcoin, and it is a bit more clear picture where we can see a clear downtrend here. We are right in the middle of this price channel, which is not exactly parallel, but is getting wider a little bit here, but I think still very well defined. And I think a couple of investors is looking at this particular trend line here, where we've seen a lot of tags here previously as a resistance, but also more importantly lately as a support. So I think that's a quite important level to watch. However, the more important one I think is this resistance now, which is pushing the price downwards every so often. And also we are under the 200-day and 50-day moving average, as was the case in the previous chart in relation to the US dollar. And yeah, this doesn't look that bad, as with the US dollars we have only about 60% drop, so compared to the 75% drop in the US dollars, not that bad. And we are actually at a little bit lower levels than we were just right after the launch here. So relatively speaking, this ratio is quite low at the moment, even in comparison to the launch in September 2020. Now finally, I would like to check out out also the Uniswap to Ethereum ratio, where again we can see a clear downtrending trend line over here, under which this ratio has been pretty much since March 2021, where it had its peak. And here the situation is a little bit different because we've recently had a breakout over here, and it seems that it is still holding up quite nicely. It is a question whether it will stay above this now support line and we will make some kind of a successful backtest. But this breakout now looks a little bit better than it was here in the September and beginning of October 2021, which was just a false breakout. And after that, this ratio went lower again. So that is the overall picture in the price charts. In the US dollar and Bitcoin, we are still in a clear downtrend. However, in Ethereum, there are some signs of breakout, but in the short term, there are no clear signs that Uniswap should make any big runs. Maybe like close to this resistance, which would be 70%, which is still a notable increase. However, the overall trend, I think, will still remain bearish until we get across this resistance. And now finally, I would also like to check CoinGecko, where we can clearly see all the market caps of all the altcoins. And we can see that since we checked out the Uniswap for the first time, which was almost a year ago now, I think it has dropped a couple of positions actually, and also the market cap is lower, so it is now at around the place number 30 with a market cap of about 5 billion US dollars, and previously I believe it was firmly inside the top 10, so that's quite a substantial drop for Uniswap in relation to other altcoins. And the last thing I want to point out here is the fully diluted valuation, which is over a double of the current market cap, which pretty much takes the current price of the token times the maximum supply, which we can see at the right here, which is 1 billion tokens of Uniswap, and currently there's under 500 million tokens circulating around. So based on this, there is still pretty much a double the amount of coins that will be supplied to the market. So if we will take all of this supply, it shows us this diluted valuation ratio to total value locked, which will be around 1.75, which based on this could tell us that it is still a bit overpriced at the current market cap, but this metric doesn't mean everything, so just keep this in mind. And that's it for today's short update about Uniswap. I hope you enjoyed this one, and if so, you can smash the like button or subscribe for more future crypto. And with this, I thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers!